Bobby originally asked me if I would MC just this little rededication for his immediate family and some folks that were coming in from out of town. I wasn't satisfied that that little recognition was quite what was needed. I thought that there needed to be more of us here just to say thank you very, very much. And so I'd like to start out with one rousing cheer for Bobby. Who came from, you have family that came at a distance, right?
I don't even know if they're all here.
They're here. He hasn't had a chance to catch up with the family.
Sister.
They're right there. Family from out of town, wave to us, please. Welcome. Welcome. And here's Mr. Blair. Hi there, Eric. Good to see you. Give him a chair. Let's make sure he's comfortable. We're going to start with Patty, because Patty is Bobby's sister, Patty Maley. And if she's going to just give us a little bit of history, because the site that we're standing on actually does have family history to it. So, Patty, thank you. Here. Thank you.
Good morning, Holliston. This is typical of Bobby's projects. He asked me to say a few words to a few people. Like magic, everything gets bigger and bigger. I wanted to be last because Bobby's the oldest and I have a lot to make up for. But since I'm first, we'll be nice. I want to introduce to you, our out-of-town guest, because we've talked about this for years, getting together, and this is a good excuse. So John and Sam and Mason, can you turn around and wave at everyone? We came from Arkansas this morning. Yeah. We are really proud. Jeannie's here from New York. The cousins from Mendon, Rhode Island. Chief from Franklin. You're out of town. And all the siblings from around the state.
All right, yay.
We are overflowing with pride. Absolutely. We call this our little Blairathon. And it just keeps on going all weekend long. But we are also very grateful. And with your permission, I'd like to share with you my gratitude list for this morning. Number 5 is the town of Holliston. We were born here, we were raised here, and the lucky ones get to live here. But it wasn't just our generation. We grew up on Prospect Street. It was also my parents' generation. My dad here, see that house on Winthrop Street? There's 3 apartments in there, and in 1928, his family brought him, and they lived in that middle apartment. All 11 of them. Yeah, I've never been inside, but that must have been fun, huh? My mother's family, they were already here, and Great-Uncle George? Great-Uncle George had those grain sheds right on that border. When the train came by, they'd offload the grain, and he'd sell it from there. When we were kids, Auntie Anna and Uncle Ned lived down on Central Street, and every Sunday my mother would load us up, and we'd go plunk over the railroad tracks to visit Auntie Anna and Uncle Ned. We've been here a long time, and we're so very proud to be from Holliston. There's no other town in all of the United States like Hooterville. Holly Rock, yeah. I call it, remember Petticoat Junction? They come on the train, they're way out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Number 4 is the people of Holliston. I just can't even tell you how great it feels to see all of these people here to honor my brother. We are overflowing with pride, and you all just make it just the best place in the world to live. I help Bobby during the summertime, planting marigolds and stuff. Everyone stops. Hi, what you doing? Gee, that looks great. Nowhere else. Nowhere else. Thank you for being our town and the place we come from. Number 3 on the list, if you'll allow me to get very personal now, is my dad. He is the patriarch of our family. He's 90, in case you're wondering. You wonder why Bobby's so shy and humble.
Oh, I saw it. I got it in a picture.
I didn't mean it that way. Dad's lived here for most of his life, and gratefully brought us up here. A funny story that Bobby tells. Sorry, Dad. Bobby had, I don't know, one of his projects, and there were a lot of newspaper people around, and one of them went over to Dad and said, "Are you Bobby's father?" And he said, "Mm-hmm." And he said, "You must be extremely proud." Dad raised his eyebrow and said, "Sometimes." Yeah, that's what keeps us humble, I think. Number 2, I'm grateful for my mom. She's not here today, except in the sunshine and in all the flowers that you see. We lost her last year, and we miss her terribly. But every time I see flowers that Bobby has planted, she was the one that just loved flowers. And someone said to me the other day, you know, if all her kids were happy and the flowers were blooming, all was right with the world. Bobby's looking a little anxious, hoping he's number 1.
No shit.
He is. Number 1 on the gratitude list is my brother. He brings honor to the family. He's got his hands in everything. He sheds a good light on the rest of us. Thank you, Holliston, for not naming this the Bobby Blair Square, because he would be really hard to live with. But we are proud, and we thank you so very much. I can't even tell you what it's like to have a place in Holliston where we'll always be. Even if we move far away, Blair Square will always be here. So thank you.